Everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the range. Today I have a fun one. We're going to be taking a look at a new cartridge. Well, it's not a new cartridge. It's been around for a long time, but a new one for the channel. I've actually had the gun for a long time. I just haven't showed it to you on the channel. We're going to talk about the 6.5 Grendel. Let's get going. So what are we talking about today? We are not talking about the 308. We're not talking about 5.56. We're talking about the 6.5 Grendel. It's a necked up cartridge from the .22 Russian or 5.6 by 39. It was designed by Bill Alexander in the early 2000s for an AR type platform, but can be adapted to bolt actions and AK-47s. The cartridge was designed to shoot 90 grain projectiles all the way up to 130 grain and remain supersonic out past 1200 yards. That was the design goal. It was designed to be a cartridge that would be an intermediary between the 5.56 and the 7.62. And so it gives you just a little bit better longer term performance because it's going a little bit faster downrange, but still a heavy enough bullet for game and other things like that. Okay, so let's take a look at our rifle setup. I just have a normal traditional mil-spec lower from Spike's Tactical. And then on top of it I have upper from Grendel Hunter. Just the company that I chose. I've been happy with them. Did have one problem first off. I've never had this before, but I got a case stuck underneath the gas tube. And at the time my engineering skills or my my firearm gunsmith skills were not very good, and so I had to send it back to him to help me put on a new gas tube. So yeah, so let's get going. Let's talk about this rifle. Again, it's a 6.5 millimeter cartridge, so that's just a little bit bigger than the 5.56 and still smaller than something like a 308 type cartridge. One of the great things about a 6.5 is its sectional density. These are going to be much longer bullets, and so you're going to be able to have a little bit better aerodynamic profile, but yet have a lot of oomph and weight behind it. So that is what's cool about it. So let's get to shooting. All right, so first up we've got some Wolf steel cased ammunition. Again, so some of your more popular like Wolf, Tula, other ammunition companies that Russian Eastern Bloc type companies that typically make your AK-47 rounds will often make these Grendel rounds because they are really just a neck down version of the AK-47. But again, works fairly well in the AR platform. Some challenges that I have heard are with the longer magazines. When you get a standard capacity magazine of above, let's say 29, they may have some failures in them. So the magazine technology isn't great. I really built this gun as sort of a varmint round, something that when I bought it and built it out in New Mexico, I thought might be good for shooting coyotes, also might be good for shooting antelope, something a little bit longer range. I don't know that I totally understood the ballistics at the time. I think I'd want something that was a little bit more powerful to get longer range out, like a 6.5 Creedmoor, to be able to hunt antelope with. I think that's a fantastic round for antelope. But this could do well, but I probably wouldn't hunt it out past 400 yards or hunt anything out past 400 yards. And if you haven't been antelope hunting, you can sometimes get some shots that are a little bit longer distance because you're just looking at vast expanses in antelope territory. Let's see if I can't get some of these shots on the lab radar and see what we're getting for this 100 grain Wolf ammunition. At the same time, I'm going to try and see if I can get this thing on target. I have a new scope, not new to me, just new to this rifle, and see if I can't get it on paper while I'm doing some of this lab radar work. 2582, that's not bad. That 100 grain projectile, if you're going to be using that for hunting, out at 400 yards. 2616. Right, and I am still going down. I'm fairly okay left to right, but still got to bring it down. What do we get for an add-up for that? I stopped reading it. I got caught up in adjusting my scope. So for the average was 604, and I'll put the energy foot-pounds in there for that, with a high of 2623 and a low of 2582. Extreme spread of 41 and standard deviation of 16, and I had 5 shots in the group. That's not bad. I have some other ammunition that we're going to take a look at, and we'll use that now to try and maybe shoot a couple of groups with it. Maybe the remaining 3 shots that I have of this Wolf ammo, and I've got some Nemo ammo, which is manufactured here in the United States, in Idaho. And yeah, it's a 120 grain, so it should get a little bit slower, but full metal jacket, boat tail, so we'll see how that performs. One challenge with the 6.5 Grendel is that ammo availability is not great and cost per round is a little high. I do have some reloads for this that I have been reloading, and at various times I've been able to get some really nice groups sub-MOA with this gun. I just don't have any of them with me yet, but that's certainly something we'll get back to on this channel. I've been loading up the TTSX 115 grain, and I was trying to get down to like a 99 grain. I think I have some of those, but I just haven't loaded them up and developed a load for it. So let's see what we can do with this Nemo round. So 2531, that's not bad. 2531. 2508, pretty good, pretty good. 2528. 2534. And I pulled that stinking shot. 2514. All right, let's take a look at the add-up, and we'll go down range and we'll take a look at that. So for the add-up, the average of 2523. Again, for the 100 grain, we're getting around 2600. For these, getting around 2523. Not around, that's exactly. The standard deviation 11.1, and number of shots 5. And yeah, so this seems to be a pretty decent ammunition. Not bad. The group down there was pretty good. Let's see what we can do with a 3-shot group with the Wolf. And then I may want to shoot another group with that Nemo, because I thought I had a decent group going, and then I pulled that last one. It kind of pissed me off. So, and we're just going to shoot this 3-shot group best that we can. Bad little 3-shot group. That steel cased ammunition. All right, we're going to let the gun cool down. Shouldn't take us long because it's freaking cold out here today. And then we'll shoot another round of this, another 5-shot group with this Nemo. Right. Barrel's not cold, but it's not warming up my hands either. So, all right, let's try and see what we can do. A little bit better of a hold here. Tighten up quite a bit. All right, well, let's go down range, see what the trigger bar is talking about. Okay, so let's just take a look at the shots as we go down range. These first few shots were as I was zeroing in the rifle. Let's take a first look at our first group with the Nemo. As you can tell, I got a pretty good group with those 4, and then I got kind of mad with that one little flyer. I was shooting a good little 4-shot group, and that one just kind of busted out of there. Not terrible, but I knew I pulled that one. Always makes you mad when something like that happens. Then if we take a look at that Wolf ammunition, I only had 3 shots, but still pretty good, pretty sub-MOA. Seems to like that 100 grain ammunition from Wolf just a little bit better perhaps, but we'll have to see some other comparisons. And then I thought, hey, I did so well in this Nemo. Let me shoot another 4 or 5 shot group, and I did worse. It was so frustrating when that sometimes happens. So yeah, let me know what you think about the 6.5 Grendel round. Is this something that you would like to add? There are definitely pros and cons about this round. It does have better ballistics than 5.56. It can shoot out further. It's something that can be in between your 308 and your 5.56. But there are some challenges with it. Magazines, the ammunition is super expensive. You do have to have a different bolt, not just a different barrel, but a different bolt face on it. So yeah, so there are pros and cons to this. My apologies also. I had a horrible echo in the sound, so I had to redupe over what I was talking about. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If this is a round that you are trying out, if this is something that you're experimenting with, I certainly think it has a great place in the mid-range hunting, smaller caliber type round, definitely lower recoil, but still can carry a punch out to significant distances. Pretty impressed with especially those 90 grain, 100 grain. You can get this bullet going pretty fast out at range and still having some meaningful energy foot-pounds when you're putting something down range. So let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you haven't always. Like, share, and comment. Thank you, everyone.